I love the home ball as well. It's going to be touching base about the blue moon energy. We're already in the shadow of the full blue moon on the 19th, which is Monday. Plus, we have a whole bunch of retrogrades happening. And on Monday, we have some planetary alignments that are having a big impact on the energy as well. The Schumann resonance, the solar activity, there's just a lot happening right now. So it's really important for all of us to take that time to feel our feelings, to not get pulled into drama, not get pulled into outdated aspects of self where we're not feeling good. So a lot is happening about relationships right now, whether it's friendships, partnerships, work relationships, there's a big shift that has happened over the last little while. And it's just bringing things to surface in order for us to feel what we need to feel and feel what is in alignment with us on the timeline that we are currently on. So we've already done this timeline jump, New Earth, all of these things have happened. But it's important to be with yourself and ask yourself, what is in alignment with me? And you know this by how you feel. So if you go to work and, you have that mindset of like, when you wake up in the morning, like, I don't want to go to work, and that's a regular feeling, then that is telling you it's time to look at something else that actually feels good to you, that is actually in alignment with your current energy. Same with friendships and all of that, because if you say you go out with friends and then you go home and you feel drained, or you're having a conversation, then you get off the phone and you feel tired, or you have a headache, or you just feel kind of blah, or whatever. That's your higher self telling you that, this is no longer in alignment with you. So you really need to take time to listen and be the observer of life. So we have all of this integration energy, all of this alignment energy that has been flooding every single one of us, is in order to help us to tap into our creative power, tap into that place of, I know what is for me and I know what is not, by how I feel. So if you feel good about something, then that is for you. If you don't feel good about something, that is not for you. But it's about learning and understanding your fullness and your wholeness, and not trying to compartmentalize things or not feel things, or there's no hierarchy in the spiritual realm. There is no hierarchy in this new vibration, because when we have to step away from certain things, whether it's a job, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a partnership, whatever, the intention is not to cause harm. The intention is simply, I need to do this for me because this is what feels right to me in this moment. And there's no judgment. There's no, when we have to make hard decisions, it has to come from that place of self-love and self-care and, your high frequency and your highest timeline, where it's not coming from a place of spite or anger or hatred or anything like that, because that's not aligned with who you are in this moment. Who you are in this moment is that higher dimensional being, a higher version of yourself, whether you want to call it 5D or whatever, but it's just a sense of you standing in your power, you standing in your light, and you holding your light, where you feel empowered and you feel aligned and you feel that this is your authentic self, because it's all coming from the healed aspects of you. You've done so much work, each of us. We've done so much healing over the last few years, and the inner work that we've done has allowed us to be who we are in this moment. And with the retrogrades and Mercury retrograde, it can bring up feelings and emotions and people, places, and things from the past, where you have to be real with yourself and say, okay, so maybe I wasn't fully healed from this, because you're having you're thinking about something and you're kind of feeling like questioning yourself or doubting yourself or anything like that. It's not coming back in order to challenge you or to test you. It's simply showing you that, okay, this just needs a little bit more love, a little bit more allowance for healing, so that you can be your wholeness and be your fullness and stand in the power of who you are in this moment, and not who you were a week ago, a year ago, 5 years ago, 20 years ago, but who you are right now. Because being present is key. When we allow ourselves to be in each moment and feel what we need to feel in order to, release, clear, shed, whatever, you are giving yourself permission to be your fullness. You are giving yourself your permission to be in your authentic power. And that comes from love. That comes from self-love. That comes from self-care. That comes from, looking after your body, mind, and heart. So what you are feeding yourself right now, whether it's energetically, emotionally, physically, is so important. So be extremely self-aware and mindful of how you feel. Like, you are hanging out with friends, like I was saying, and it doesn't feel good, then ask, have those inner dialogues. Speaking to yourself and talking to your higher self and working through all of this right now is so important, because you are becoming the observer, where you are vibrating at your highest timeline, and you are in that divine alignment with your fullness, with your authentic power, but you can still witness things going on outside of us. So without getting engaged or without getting pulled in, you can be the observer. So it's like, we're watching a movie and you can't control what's going on the screen. You know that if they go down that dark alley, they're going to get their ass kicked. But you don't have control over that. So what we do have control over is watching this is giving me anxiety, so I'm going to step away from it. I'm going to leave. Or you're watching a show and something scary comes on, or something that causes a feeling of anxiety or sadness or whatever. Change the channel. That's where we're at. You can change the channel. So whatever is not in alignment will not feel good to you, whether it's food, whether it's people, whether it's emotions, but witness that. Give yourself permission to be there. Give yourself permission to feel it, but also know that, hold on, I also have the power to release this, to heal this, to let this go, whatever. So be present, give yourself that full access. You're the VIP. So take the time to understand your feelings, your emotions, without judgment. And again, when we are taking these steps to purify ourselves and to allow ourselves to be the observer, that means you're standing in your authenticity. And that means you are creating your pocket universe from how you feel. So we all have our own pocket universes, what I like to call them, that I create my experiences through my emotions, through my feelings, and I'm extremely mindful of what I'm doing, my actions, my thoughts, all of that, because my only job and your only job is to be healthy and happy and be in this place of creative power, where it's like, I create beautiful human experiences for myself. I create healthy, abundant human experiences for myself. And we know that there's no judgment there, because when we're in alignment, we don't harm anyone or anything. So just because I don't agree with, somebody's beliefs, I know, because of my frequency, that their beliefs don't cause harm to anybody. I don't have to agree with them. I can respect them and keep my life moving along. So it's not about focusing on the things that you want to control outside of you. We can only control ourselves, how we feel, how we think, our actions, all of that. We have control of us. And being in that place of non-judgment, where everyone is just living their best lives. You don't have to be a part of it. We can all be the observers of life. And it only take that time to be a part of the things that feel good, be a part of the things that are aligned with our frequency, and without attachment. That is so key right now, is to have that healthy non-attachment, because it helps you to ebb and flow and just be that co-creator, and be in that power of self, be in that power of, I have this passion and this creativity within me, and the more I do of the things that feel really good to me, the more I get to experience the things that feel really good to me, because I'm like each of us, we're magnetic. So when you're taking that time to look after yourself, self-love, self-care, whether it's your thoughts, whether it's your physical, whatever, you're allowing the universe to feed you more of that, because we are magnetic. So how we feel is what is creating our human experience. So take that time to love yourself, to be present, and to look after body, mind, and heart. because love is healing us now.